my opinion, there are several things that must be considered. It depends on the personality of each one. There are those who like to do a job in groups. Some people don't like working in groups, but still, every action has its own risks. For example, if a group exercise is done together, it might be good and increase high motivation, as will the main attraction if you do it together. While the study group return to each individual person who like to study together, some can if studying noisy or in groups. Consider to have no intrinsic value can contain a great treasure of ideal invention to someone who sees something special in it. Stylish in all, the arts range over wide spectrum. Some good art is aesthetically unchallenging and easy to understand. Other works are strange, from totality out of context to everyone but the artist. The creators of grammar, no student of a foreign language, needs to be taught that grammar is complex. By changing word sequences and by adding a range of auxiliary verbs and suffixes, we are able to communicate tiny variation in meaning. We can turn a statement into a question, state whether an action has taken place or is soon to take place, and perform many other word tricks to convey subtle difference in meaning. Nor is this complexity inherent to the English language. All languages, even those of so-called primitive tribes, have clever grammatical components. The Cherokee pronoun system, for example, can distinguish between you and I, several other people, and I and you, another person and I. In English, all these meanings are summed up in one crude pronoun we. Grammar is universal and plays in part in every language, no matter how widespread it is. So the question, which has baffled many linguists, who created grammar? At first, it would appear that this question is possible to answer. To find out how grammar is created, someone needs to be present at the time of a language's creation, documenting its emergence. Many historical linguists are able to trace modern complex languages back to early languages. But in order to answer the question of how complex languages are actually formed, the researcher needs to be observe how languages are started from scratch. Amazingly, however, this is possible. Some of the most recent languages evolved to the Atlantic Slave Trade at the time saved from a number of different ethnicities were forced to work together under colonized rule. Since they had the opportunity to learn each other's languages, they developed a makeshift language called a pidgin. A pidgin are sets of words copied from the language of the landowner. They have little in the way of grammar, and in many cases it is difficult for a listener to deduce when and even haven't, and who did what to whom. A speaker need to use circumlocution in order to make their meaning understood. B. Interestingly, however, all it takes for a pidgin to become a complex language is for a group of children to be exposed to it at the time when they learn their mother tongue. C. Children did not simply copy the strings of words uttered by their elders, they adapted their word to create a new expressive language. The complex grammar system which emerged from pidgins are termed creoles, and they are inferred by children. Future evidence of this can be seen in studying sign languages for the deaf. Sign languages are not simply a series of gestures. They utilize the same grammatical machinery that is found in spoken languages. Moreover, there are many different languages used worldwide. In my opinion, having a group in doing assignment is good because we can learn good communication, learn to be responsible for each other's tasks, but keep coming back to our own personality because if we look at the group's work, there are a lot of people who are disadvantaged. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.